I have great hope in the Indian people. I don't have any hopes in a single leader, no matter which party that leader may belong to. I have great faith in the Indian people. People in India, the best way to resolve anything is democracy. We've taken it, and democracy means decentralized decision making, decentralized monitoring. No matter, even if God came down and became the Prime Minister of India, he can't or she can't control what's happening in every single village.
It's a controversial move that could just be in the limelight today with the RTI Amendment Act that keeps political parties out of the ambit of the RTI. That's all set to be tabled in the Parliament today as RTI activists have now written to the Prime Minister in protest over this Amendment Act.
I'm a Tamilian, and I have been very fortunate to have parents who've been very fearless in their lives for causes that they thought were right. My father fought caste, and he never kowtowed to anything that he thought was ethically wrong all his life, and he taught us to be fearless. So since I did not want to get married and stay at home and look after a family, I had to choose a profession. And the Indian Administrative Service, you appeared for an exam and you passed. So you didn't really have to go around hunting and asking for favors. So it appealed to me that you could just sit and appear and then pass, and if you do pass, then you get a job. But I had no highfalutin notions about the IAS in that sort of sense. I didn't think it was something extraordinary, and when I went to the academy, to be quite frank, I thought we were very, very ordinary mortals. But I suppose there's no single reason why I left the IAS, and after 7 years, I realized that there was no way you could work any idea to a logical end, living and working in the IAS. Before you really understood what you were doing, you were transferred out in any case. When I went to rural Rajasthan for the first time, I went with a fair deal of arrogance. I thought I had many answers and people didn't have the answers, and I was there to help them. And when I met the first community and I had my first interaction with them, they didn't seem particularly impressed that I had come there to help. I didn't ask you to come. It's okay, you take your place in the normal run of beings and we'll talk to you. As a woman, I had a handicap in patriarchal Rajasthan because they don't even look you in the eye when they talk to you. So with the men, I had a special set of problems, but even with women, it was no great thing for them. They couldn't even imagine a collector or an Indian Administrative Service officer. It was outside the ken of their livelihood. Then I realized that the people whom I thought knew nothing had a lot of strengths which I simply didn't have, and a logic and a knowledge base. And that's when I started questioning in myself and in the whole educational system which has given me this arrogance that Aristotelian logic is everything. Good governance, as people see it, a right to govern themselves, which people must understand, the responsibilities of governance, which is not that you can just, as they say in Rajasthani, leave it, hevji they say, leave it to somebody else to do. It's our responsibility. So, and it also people of my class, now people whom I was born in, the class I was born in, people who feel that their business is to run their own business, whether it's intellectual business or money business or fashion business, and that the country will run itself. It can't in a democracy. We have to spare some time to make it run. We have to question it. We have to make it be accountable to us. We have to make it give answers. And this I have learnt not from my peers, but from those poor people who understood it perfectly. They articulated it in a different way, but this is what they meant. So the Right to Information campaign was born, and that's why the power of that campaign, and that's how it is spread. If in a home you give your child 10 rupees, you ask him to give the accounts. This is public money, which is my money. And if that public money is being misspent, the government is accountable to us. It has to tell us how the money is being spent.
We go back to Mahatma Gandhi's statement that the minority must feel free, they must feel confident, and they must feel secure in this country. The poor must feel that they have a say in what's going to happen in this country, and they must know what share of it they will get. The women in this country must know what they will get, and they must be part of the planning process. They have to be participatory in it. They can't be just targets, and we can't listen to any one person saying that's what is best for us. We need to decide for ourselves what is best, and that's what democracy is all about. That's why we give the vote. We don't give the vote to make kings who are crowned.
Aruna Roy.
We give it so that we get a chance.
if you can relate your actions to a larger issue, then you feel an inner strength, which is great. So I learnt that if these links are specifically clarified, it's wonderful.